Well, our turf mud friend Chris Kaiser is back with us with tips on safety and care for lawnmowers and other pieces of power equipment. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
It's good to see you. And of course, this is the topic for the season, is it not? We have our power equipment rolling out right now. What do you want people to know? First of all, let's talk about safety.
Sure. Know your machine. That's critical. Everyone thinks, lawnmowers are all the same. They're actually not. They have very distinct safety and operation features. So know your machine. And importantly, anything that's seasonal use, recreation use, emergency use, like your mowers. If you're bringing it out for the first time, hopefully you ran it dry last season, but get fresh fuel. That's very key if you're operating a gasoline unit. Fresh fuel is key to the safe operation of that unit. Same thing with batteries, make sure they're charged up. But most importantly, know that machine, know the safety features of the machine, and never disable them.
Well, one of the things so many people do, and I'm guilty of it as well, kind of tossing away the manual or the owner's guide. How important is that to keep if you want to keep your machines maintained?
Well, I'm like you. Yes, you should keep them to stay familiar, because in case you have somebody else in the family operate that machine. But nowadays, so much stuff is online. You can go to your manufacturer's website. They'll have that guidance for you. And there's all kinds of instructional videos. You could go into Google, type in your actual unit that you have, and you're likely going to have a video that'll show you how to operate that unit safely. From a user standpoint, the other thing you really want to do, especially if you're going to mow for the first time, get out in that area, get in the yard, look around, because that machine is going to find the dog toy or the tennis ball, and it's not good for the tennis ball, and it's not good for your machine. So look around, pick up the sticks, get the debris out of that yard before you mow it.
Well, you mentioned using the right kind of fuel. What other parts of the equipment do we need to look at? Air filter, all of it? I mean, just give it a good going over?
Absolutely. Small engines are very, very tough. These are working machines. If you service them properly, they're almost indestructible. For a gasoline engine, small engine, oil, gasoline, air filter. So make sure it has the right level of oil. Make sure you have fresh gas. And not all units have air filters. Some do. But if it does, clean that air filter.
So you mentioned earlier about some fuels. What is the problem when people use a different kind of gasoline, or they don't put the proper oil in there? They think, oh, I can just use whatever I have.
And that's not the case anymore. The challenge today, there's ethanol in gasoline. Almost everything you buy, unless you get ethanol free, if you're around lakes and the water, because ethanol is hygroscopic. That means it absorbs water if it sits. And that means it'll phase separate over time. So fuel will go stale. It'll go bad. So if you've got gasoline in your tank or in a can in your garage, it's more than 30 days old, just put it in a car, put it in the car or pickup truck. That'd be fine. Get fresh fuel. You need fresh fuel for that engine because you don't want water in that fuel.
Right. Well, we often see people with their children riding with them on the lawnmower, their pets running through the yard. What is your advice here?
Very good point. Thank you for bringing it up. No kids around mowers, period. These are working machines. They have no business on them, around them while you're working. So no kids, no pets near those machines when they're working.
Well, how important is it to keep it clean on an ongoing basis, especially for your lawnmower?
Or anything else, because you can get a lot of debris building up on a unit. And like if you're in wet grass, it's going to want to stick or clump. And if you have dry material, it may want to build up on the deck. So debris, remember, you're outside, you're working in grass. The mower will have a built-in port in all likelihood. That's just where your garden hose will automatically attach to that deck, turn on that hose, and it's designed to self-clean that mower. It'll clean out the underside. On the top side, blow it off. Use a leaf blower if you've got one. Don't let debris build up on that upper deck.
All right, great tips from our turf mud friend, Chris Kaiser. It's good to see you, Chris.
Good to see you.
More Lifestyles right after this. Please stay with us.